You controlling your breathing right now. Feel the power of you enjoying your greatest gift right now. That's you. That's your presence. That's your greatest power. Your power to determine to stay in the present and the now and be your true great being that you are. No matter what. In this present moment, everything is here you need right now. So let's see ourselves today doing the best we can in the gym of life. Here we are again. Controlling our minds. Controlling our breathing. One great thought at a time. One great breath at a time. So see yourself doing your best on all the exercises we do today together, here and now. That's your determination. Your greatest power. Power that's the same in you and every human being on the planet.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me, just you up. Uptown funk you up. Uptown funk you up. Uptown funk you up. I said uptown funk you up. Uptown funk you up. Uptown funk you up. Uptown funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
In from the wing. Messi makes his move. Messi's there. And you know what comes next in that sentence? Messi goal.
It's about spirit, it's about the manager. Oh, that's a great ball.
Messi scores.
Good morning, guys. We have been given the greatest gift ever. As human beings, we have the power to control the most powerful force in the universe, which is thought. We can control our thoughts, but many of us haven't been trained and haven't conditioned ourselves to believe that. One of the most common things I hear often when we talk about this topic with friends, family, is that it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to control my mind. It's hard to control our thoughts. Let's try to change that conversation because our words are symbols of our thoughts. So let's change it to it's possible. Control of our thoughts is possible. Let's do that even once today. When we feel our thoughts strain towards the negative, let's try to change that one moment and control our thoughts to positive. And let's see what happens day by day as we build on that. Have a great day, everybody. Good morning, guys.
This here is fake money. I would never work for this stuff. It's good as toilet paper. This is the best investment in the world today. It's called silver. You see, my bankers never once asked me what my grades were. My bankers never asked me what college I went to. Rich dad says learn to sell. I can hear my poor dad saying, well, salesmen are scum, they're crooks, they'll tell you they're liars and all this stuff. And that was in my head. Most college professors never grow up. They're little kids yet. I got a PhD, I got a PhD, I got a PhD. I went to school to kill people. I fought for my country. I fought against communism. They killed us, we killed them. Now I fight with education. I asked my calculus teacher, I said, when will I ever use this calculus? He says, I don't know. I said, why do you teach it? He's like, I paid. And today, my brain is still messed up taking 3 years of calculus. I had no idea what I was studying.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I watch these videos every day because I need them for motivation. Being around successful entrepreneurs every morning helps me believe that I can do great things too. It's like your morning coffee, but for your goals, kickstarting your day with a blast of positivity. So here is a challenge for you. Try watching one video every morning for the next 30 days. is. And let's find out together if they help you do great things too. If you're in, leave a hashtag believe in the comments below so I can celebrate with you. So today, let's get some incredible motivation from the one and only Robert Kiyosaki. Enjoy.
You got to study, man. You've got to study.
Okay.
I studied. You can ask my friends. I study constantly.
You study constantly?
Constantly.
Like every day?
I'm on YouTube every day, all day.
Okay.
I'm reading books, studying this. I'm talk to my friends and all this.
Okay.
I'm not looking for a job. I'm not working for money. That's why the one book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Second book is Cash Flow Quadrant.
Right.
Third book is Rich Dad's Guide to Investing. I put it all in there. You can read that. Then I created the cash flow board game.
Okay.
And if you play the cash flow board game, the reason it's better than going to school is about a financial statement.
Okay.
You see, my bankers never once asked me what my grades were. My bankers never asked me what college I went to. My banker wants to see my financial statement. My financial statement is my report card.
Right.
When I grow up.
That's right.
Most college professors never grow up. They're little kids yet. I got a PhD. I got a PhD. I got a PhD.
Yeah.
I got a financial statement. So what happened in 2008, when the markets crashed, I borrowed $300 million.
Okay.
You know why? Because all the real estate had crashed.
Okay.
So we took my financial statement and showed it to the banks. So how much money do you want? Tax-free money. We bought almost $1 billion worth of real estate because it crashed. So when I tell people the market's crashing, I get excited.
Right.
Because everything goes on sale. You know, that's like Ferrari saying we'll put our cars at half price. Oh, no, I don't want to pay half price for a Ferrari. That's how stupid people are. You know, they get a soccer player, make millions of dollars, and they want to pay full price for a Ferrari.
That's right.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. Poor man with nice car. You gotta feed this. The fortunate thing was I had a rich dad, and I learned about money early. And so I keep asking people, what does school teach you about money? Nothing.
Right.
So that's why so many guys aren't rich, But my poor dad was a PhD in education. He had no money at all, and I didn't want to follow in his footsteps. So I started off with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And my rich dad was the one teaching me how to be successful. Like I was just saying with Patrick McDavid, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but Rich Dad said to me, he says, you got to learn how to sell. Now my poor dad thought salesmen were scum. So I had that going in my head. So when my rich dad says, learn to sell, I can hear my poor dad saying, well, salesmen are scum, they're crooks, they'll tell they're liars and all this stuff. So that was in my head. So, oh my God. So finally, Rich Dad was saying to me, he said, how can I get rich without selling? Well, sales equals income, as you know. So I find somebody who's poor because they can't sell. But a lot of it's because you have people like my poor dad saying salesmen are scum. Do you know what I mean? So that's inside your head already there. So when I said to my rich dad, I said, but I don't want to sell. I took real estate courses to get rich, like he advised. And finally, my rich dad asked me, so I just said, how's your sex life? So here, I'm a Marine, I'm in shape.
You're what age at this point?
About 28, 27,
Okay.
27. I'm physically in good shape and all this, live in a nice place, nice cars. So I said, but I don't want to sell. He says, so Rich Dad says to me, how's your sex life? I said, it doesn't exist. Because you
At
can't
28.
sell.
Really?
Yeah, it's the place because you can't sell. I'm going. So with that, I said, I'd better learn how to sell. And so rather than I was going to fly for the airlines because I was a pilot. I went to work for Xerox because they had the best sales training. So I was flown from Hawaii to Leesburg, Virginia, and learned how to sell and all this. And I realized then is that sales equals income, but in all areas of life, you cannot sell, you cannot communicate, you cannot market. Toast. My advice to young Indians is this is the best investment in the world today. It's called silver.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I study history a lot. This here is fake money. I would never work for this stuff. It's good as toilet paper. So the biggest investment today is this. This is 35 US. And I think everybody in the world can afford this today. And I tell people every day, you should buy this. No, I'll save this. You see, they don't know the difference between this is fake money, this is real money. And this here is gold, real money, fake money. So the yen, the rupee, the dollar, the peso, all fake. So when I was 9 or 10 years old, I started finding that out. I said, how come they don't teach us money at school? Well, they don't want you to know it's fake. How can highly educated people be so stupid? Well, there's many reasons. Is because they think they're better than us. You know, they think they're above the law. They can do what they want. You know, like my poor dad with his PhD thought he was superior to all people, although he was flat broke. And my rich dad, who had no financial education, who Kim met, was one smart dude. So that's why I'm happy talking to Rich Dad's World and all this, because what happens in a market crash, the really smart people get really rich. In a crash, the really smart, the financially astute. The reason we have Rich Dad's World, the reason we have the cash flow games, the reason we write our books, is this time for really smart people, financially prepared people to get very rich. A bull market and a bubble market really is what it is, makes stupid people look smart.
Yep.
But a crash makes them look stupid, and they can't admit it.
Yep.
That's why Kramer and Abby Joseph Cohen and Yellen, they can't talk about what's really going on because they'd have to look stupid. Meanwhile, the people who go to Rich Dad's World have a chance, because when the market crashes, it's a possible depression. But the next depression may be the biggest opportunity you ever have, or wipe you out. It's your choice.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight our favorite lessons from the video that will inspire you to remember what you learned today and actually apply them. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
And I really want to talk to you about the most important subject for all of us today, rich, young, poor, or old. It's called financial education. And as you know, our school systems teach us nothing about money. Nothing. It's pathetic. You know, they have financial literacy courses today. Well, that's not financial education. You know, it's really pathetic. And what's happening for most people today is, you know, they follow that age-old mantra, go to school. What do you learn about money in school? Nothing. Get a job. Well, jobs are disappearing. Not only that, is that with artificial intelligence and G5 coming, more jobs are going to get wiped out. Plus, with driverless cars, more jobs are getting wiped out. So why would you go to school to get a job and then work hard for money, but pay taxes? Taxes are going to keep going up, sports fans. They have to. Somebody's going to pay off this massive mountain of debt stacking up all over the world. And the only way they pay off debt is via taxes. And then they tell you to get out of debt. Oh, God. Debt is money. Please understand me. In 1971, when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard, money became debt. So the rich know how to use debt to get rich. And that's one of the problems of young people today. They're going to school with teachers who don't know what they're talking about.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along
It was almost inevitable. Takes on Lel. Cuts it back, Messi! Barely had 2 consecutive times.
Good morning, guys. Today, Oprah Winfrey shares with us her first rule and top 10 rules for success for her, and that is understand the next move. This is one where we can work on it each and every moment because our moves are affected by our decisions, and our decisions are affected by our thoughts. So what she reminds us of is the fact that all we got to know is what to do next. So if something happens, let's say we make a mistake, what is our next move? You see, in a mistake is an amazing opportunity for growth. It could be an apology. It could be the next right move is an apology. And then we've now transformed that situation. And we've built some trust, perhaps, in a relationship. So understand the next right move and just do that every single time. And then we'll start to see that change in our life. I hope this helps everyone. Have a great day.
I remember I went to military school, the academy in New York, and I asked my calculus teacher, I said, when will I ever use this calculus? He says, I don't know. I said, why do you teach it? He said, I get paid. And today, my brain is still messed up, taking 3 years of calculus. I had no idea what I was studying, okay? So anyway, Tom has really helped me with these things like this, but Rich Dad Poor Dad is about income, expense, assets, and liabilities. That's all it's about. And one more thing, the most important word for those of you who are in real business is a statement of cash flow. That's all it is. So very simply, Rich Dad Poor Dad, the statement of cash flow says, assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money from your pocket. That's all the book's about. And so the reason people are in trouble financially is they buy houses they think are assets, but it's really taking money from your pocket, whereas I buy a piece of rental property and put money in my pocket. That's the difference. The word asset is a noun. A house is a noun. But you don't know if it's an asset or liability until you apply the verb, which is cash flow. So I can have a rental property and it's producing income one day, but it goes vacant, and now it shifts into a liability the next day. And that's what happened to many people in 2008. They got hammered because their tenants moved out or they lost their jobs or whatever it is. So basically all Rich Dad was produced 1997, 21 years ago. And it's very simply about what they should teach kids about money. That's all it's about.
Everything is coming down. I hate to be Chicken Little and bear up bad news, but that's why on my tweet, I was begging people, especially your generation, you got to change your thinking. Get rid of that mantra, go to school, get a job, work hard. Buy stocks and bonds, save cash. 3 times, Andy Schectman, the smartest guy I know, a 3 times crash is coming. First of all paper assets. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs. Second, real estate. Third, and I've always said cash is trash. I hope I'm wrong. Our debt to GDP, in 2008 wasn't that bad. But then after when it crashed, then Bernanke started printing, they call it quantitative easing. It's printing money. And so that's why in 2013, I wrote the book, Rich Dad's Prophecy, to warn people that the crash was going to get bigger. In 2013, I wrote that book, and it's going to get bigger because the debt to GDP, David, as most people know, is 130 debt to GDP. It's the biggest in world history. Our debt is through the roof, and Powell is raising interest rates, which makes that debt more expensive. So let me give some dates. In 1974 the deal was cut that the world would have to buy oil in U.S. dollars.
Correct.
And that's what Andy's talking about is they're all saying right now, adios dollars. And Andy's saying 60% today of the world's population will stop using the U.S. dollar. And that's what gives us power. So those of you who are saving those fake dollars, you're in serious trouble right now. And that's why what Andy says, and Kim will back me up, for all these years, we don't save dollars. We save gold coins and silver coins stored someplace else, because that is the challenge with gold and silver, is the storage. So I want you to understand this. This goes back to what they always say at school: go to school, get a good job, work hard, pay taxes, and save money and invest in the stock market. And that's what we're talking about now. That dollar gave us the power to the stock market to go through the roof. And when they talk about the bubble, the 3 times bubble, it's stocks, paper assets, real estate, and the dollar is going to crash. So all you out there, savers out there, I would pay attention right now. Because if you still think, you're still believing in the power of the dollar, you're in serious trouble. The saying I have is, don't teach pigs to sing. It wastes your time, it annoys the pig. If you're talking to pigs at home, don't teach them to sing, because it wastes your time. They still believe in going to school, getting a job, saving money, paying taxes, getting out of debt, and investing in a 401k or an IRA. They're going to be the biggest losers today. I mean, they've already started to lose if you look at the stock market. And they're going to try and curb inflation. But as you know, they're raising interest rates, which is not going to solve it. It's going to make it worse. So if you really want a real education, you can go back to college, get in student loan debt, and wonder what happened to your life because you're still saving money and investing in a 401k. I mean, that's the most stupid thing you can do right now.
Numerous people my age actually think debt is horrible. And you just showed us a perfect example of cash flow and how debt can generate income. And many entrepreneurs use this formula to make money on a day-to-day basis.
So what most people do is they have student loan debt, SL, and that debt is going out this way. You know, it doesn't put any money in your pocket. You can say, well, I have a job. Well, that's still you working for it. So I don't work for any of this money here. I do this job once, set the deal up. Every year I add more and more and more of it. I'm borrowing money from here. It's coming here and going this way. So the debt is putting money in my pocket, and bad debt is taking money from my pocket. So the problem is, if you're going to use debt, you've got to be much smarter than this person here. You've got to be very, very smart. That's why I took real estate classes when I was 25, and I've never stopped taking real estate classes. Because you buy a piece of real estate and you make a mistake, this turns into a liability. And this, if I get the renter leaves the place, this goes here that fast, and the cash flows that way. Okay, it's going out of my pocket. So it has nothing to do with real estate. It has nothing to do with a car. Nothing to do with student loan. It has to do with these two words here. So good debt, again, is debt when I borrow for this and it puts money in my pocket. If I had a car and I borrowed money from it and somebody rented for me as an Uber driver or something and it put money in my pocket, it would be an asset.
Are there segments of real estate that are expected to do better or worse in the coming years? You got single family homes, you got multi-unit, you got commercial, you got offices, anything like that you would suggest?
Well, the reason I like real estate because you can see, touch, and feel it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm very skeptical of what I call derivative. See, paper is a derivative.
Okay.
So we have REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. I don't trust anything in paper.
I see.
A derivative. In silver, it's SLV. It's a ETF.
Yes.
Gold is GLD. I don't have any of that. I only have what I can see, touch, and feel. So the trouble with real estate is real estate is dependent upon jobs. So with AI coming, bam. So one of the reasons I moved here to Arizona 25 years ago is a little company called Taiwan Semiconductors moved here. So Taiwan Semiconductors has one of the biggest plants not too far from here. So they call, the Silicon Valley in California. Over here in Phoenix, it's called Silicon Desert. So when technology moved to Arizona, I moved to. So it's jobs. But the thing is, AI is going to change it all again.
I see.
So our changes are coming faster and faster and faster. So who should come to these events? People who are looking to change. If you just kind of come and I'm going to tell you to buy real estate, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say it's going to change. So if you don't want to change, or you want everything to be the same, don't come. My wife, Kim, always she says, you can be a lot of things in life. The most important thing to be is be kind.
Wow.
So I'm working on being kinder, smiling. I listen to like Dennis Prager on how to be happy.
Prager, yeah.
The way you get happier is you make other people happy first. So it's kind of a therapy, it's a practice, you know what I mean? And then that other guy, the FBI negotiator, Chris, but he says, smile.
Yeah. Is that the guy who never split the difference?
Yeah,
of course.
Great guy.
Yeah.
You smile with the eyes. So
Smile
today,
is what it's called.
Yeah. Well, today I'm reprogramming me because that's the biggest problem I know, biggest opportunity. I just reprogram my brain to say smile, make that person feel good first. Don't think about myself.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, you've got to study with Chris Voss. I mean, the number one skill of an entrepreneur is communication. You can call it negotiation, you can call it sales, you can call it whatever you want. But as my friend Blair Singer says to me all the time, he says, sales equals income. Do you know? And when I find somebody who can't sell, it's their income is low, or vice versa. But more than that, we interviewed Chris years ago when his first book came out, Never Split the Difference. And I hate to say I didn't read the book, but I will read the book now. I'll admit that. And all I remember from that was, what I remember from Chris was the midnight DJ, voice and all that. So I was practicing that. It didn't work. But what really worked, Chris, I'm going to surprise Kim on this because, about 3 or 4 years ago, Kim says, I'm out of here. I don't want to be married to you anymore. And I went, ¿Qué pasa? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And I was listening to you discuss my friend Donald Trump, and he's a really good friend of ours. But what you said about him, it just hit me right between the eyes. It's going, holy mackerel, Donald plays win-lose. He has to win. He wins at all costs. And I was going, oh my God. And this is not your words, but I paraphrase the same, but if you play win-lose, pretty soon people stop playing. And that's exactly it. Yeah, and that's my way of saying it. With Kim, we're talking before the show came on. I went to military school. I mean, day one, we're screamed at. There was no compassion. Then I joined the Marine Corps, and I learned to adapt to that behavior. Do you know that you talk to everybody like a Marine? So for 35 years, I talked to Kim like a Marine. And one day she said, I've had enough. So when I was listening to one of your podcasts, I went, oh my God. So I want to thank you because what your technology is more than sales, it's more than negotiations. You have the key to world peace. If we could learn to speak with kindness and humanity and support.
The reason there's rich dad world
I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Shake it off. Now turn around. We don't let no bad vibes get in our way. Put your hands up in the air. When we dance, we don't care. Wave left, now right. Then turn around and one more time. Shake it off. Turn around. Don't let bad vibes punch you down. Put your hands up, wave left and right. And bend it all back to the other side. Shake it off. Turn around. Don't let bad
laptops, get you down. Put your hands up, put it left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around, don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around, don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Some days you'll feel like you're on top, some days go down like a big old flood. But I know what to do when I'm feeling good. I just gotta feel the groove. Don't care what others say. No one's gonna ruin the day. Put a smile on, don't be shy. You need to dance, it's worth a try. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let that vibe set you down. Put your hands up, put it left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let that vibe set you down. Put your hands up, put it left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around. Don't let that vibe get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around. Don't let that vibe get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. We shake it off, now turn around. We don't let no bad vibes get in our way. Put your hands up in the air. When we dance, we don't care. Wave left, now right, then turn around and one more time. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let that vibe set you down. Put your hands up, put it left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let that vibe get you down. Put your hands up, put it left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right, then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Put your hands up, put it left to right, turn around. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Now turn around. We don't let no bad vibes get in our way.
And look at the move to the middle, and Messi goes away. It's Messi, and it's in. Jordi Alba, it will come to Messi again, and it's still Messi, and that's the result. It's just relentless. Just who came and knocked down Kabir.
Good morning, everybody. I want to share with you a personal story again to show how we can live and laugh and love our way to infinite mind wealth. I want to share a story of my students. I had a young student yesterday, 4 or 5 years old, come up to me and say, no matter what, Mr. Vences, I control my mind, and I never give up on controlling my mind. I had a young 4 or 5 year old say this, not in those exact words, but I thought, wow, that's incredible. So when we start to think of ourselves, wherever we are, whatever we're going through, young children can learn that it's possible to control their thoughts. And therefore we all can. It's just we have to work at that every single day. But I wanted to share that with you because I thought, wow, that's truly living our way to infinite mind wealth. Step by step, one person at a time, one child at a time, and it's possible. So I hope that helps. Remember that, everyone. Have a great day.
Is my rich dad was my coach. I mean, he slapped me around the place, he yelled at me, called me stupid. He was tough. But rich dads were all about it. Not that they're mean, but people like me needed a coach. And the other reason Kim and I created the cash flow board game is the way my rich dad taught me about money was playing Monopoly. And as Maria Montessori says, the Montessori school system says, what the hand does, the mind remembers. So if you're just getting words, it goes in left ear, comes out right ear. And so you have the cash flow board game, you actually have to do something. So you have Rich Dad's World. I mean, I had a coach, Kim and I had a fantastic coach Frank Crary. The reason Kim and I now own partners in one of the biggest, richest gold mines in the world is because of Frank. We had great coaches.
What I found, the biggest issue that we all have right now, and most of the people that we associate with, are deal flow.
And tonight, my 32nd in Camelback, that apartment, it's an old age home going up. You know how I made the money on that one?
How?
Our friend Sal got it rezoned from 3 stories to 4.
Yeah, change of use. That's called a change of use.
Holy mackerel, we made so much money. It's shocking. But then the property in front of it, where Tarbell's and Tomaso's is, the night I'm meeting with Mark Tarbell, and we want to take a run at that corner. But that's how you find a deal. Kenny's problem right now is finding deals because guys like me have so much money coming in. The last deal you gave us, I have to give it back to Kenny. I said, Kenny, I can't take this money. And his capital raising gets easy because there's so many guys like me who you've made so much money for. I'm trying to give it back to you, right?
I own 15,000 houses.
15,000 houses. Okay. Which you give it out for rent.
Yeah.
Right.
So nothing wrong with buying a house. Yeah. Difference is I use debt to buy it.
Okay.
And I pay no taxes. It's not the house. It's not the stock. It's not the bond. It's not the ETF. It's your brains. So I would rather use debt and pay no taxes. In 1971, this became debt.
Okay.
The only way it's created is somebody has to borrow money. So in your credit card, there's no money in your credit card.
Right.
There's no money anywhere. So the moment you use your credit card, money is created.
Mm-hmm.
And the US dollar is debt, the rupee is debt, the yuan is debt, the peso, the yen is debt. They need people to borrow money. So when I go to a bank and I say, I want to borrow $20 million, I get huge tax breaks because I'm creating money. But if I use my credit card, I get nothing. Okay, it's up here. Your greatest assets between this year and this year. So that's why I have the cash flow board game. Not too many here. The board game was designed to teach you to think like a capitalist. Cash flow.
Okay.
And so I wrote a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, same thing. It's all about accounting.
What is happiness, sir?
I love what I do. I really don't think about those things.
Really?
Yeah. I have work to do. You see these here? I was a pilot in Vietnam. I went to school to kill people. Okay? I killed a lot of people. Went to military school. We think differently. I fought for my country. I fought against communism. They killed us, we killed them. Now I fight with education, the same intensity. I fight for the freedom of people. So if you can understand that, I don't care if I live or die. I went down 3 times in Vietnam. My friends don't come back. I came back to America, this is 1972. I lost so many friends. And the hippies, the hippies and the peaceniks, all the Maharishi, who the Beatles went to see, they were spitting on us, hitting us with eggs. So I don't play that game. I said I treat everybody with respect. You do your job, I do my job. So when I came back from Vietnam, you can tell I'm still a little bitter about it. Eggs were hitting me, people were spitting on me. And I lost my friends. But we fought for our country. We fought for freedom. If we don't fight for freedom, we've lost our freedoms.
The other thing we're investing in besides oil, because Kim and I have no stocks or bonds, no ETFs, no funds.
except things that we started, because we're entrepreneurs and we're venture capitalists is what we are. And so the other thing we invested in is Wagyu cattle, food. And I go, why Wagyu? Because it's a brand. And the rich will always have money. The poor and middle class will have to eat ground turkey or fake beef. You know what I mean? So Kim and I invested in Wagyu cattle. We actually bought the calves and all that. And because that's food. And people have to eat. You may not like to eat beef. You can eat your fake beef or whatever, fake chicken. But the rich will always order a brand. So there's so many distinctions which education is supposed to give you that makes you smarter no matter what happens in the economy. And that's why we have Rich Dad's World, to get the basic information out there so you can either take control of your own finances or let some college-educated person from Stanford or MIT do it for you.
First word I had to learn at the academy, mission. Mission is spiritual. That's your mission. And my mission has always been to serve people. Most people, all they get is making money and screwing people. That's called the Federal Reserve Bank, Wall Street, and all that. I want nothing to do with it. So I just don't play their game. But you have to get smarter enough to play their game.
One of the challenges with Bitcoin is that people don't accept it. They don't know what it means. But Standard Chartered Bank, which is a huge Asian bank, just came out backing up Bitcoin, and they said that Bitcoin in 2023 will hit $50,000. This is Standard Chartered Bank, it's not Robert Kiyosaki or Joe Schmo, the ragman out there. So this is Standard Chartered Bank. So today it's 30K. Not only that, is Standard Chartered says that Bitcoin will be 120K from 30K in 2024. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. We make no recommendations. We're just educational.
The kind of printing that they've been doing over the last 1 or 2 years of excessive cash into the economy, what do you think is going to happen if they continue doing this in terms of the inflation?
Just be careful. Be careful whose money you use, either the dollar or the yuan. So that's why I've been saying it's commodities, silver and gold.
Right.
This today is about $35 US.
Okay,
that's a lot of money here in India.
$35?
This is $35 US.
$35.
This is about 2,000.
Okay. Is that real?
No, they're fake.
Okay.
This is real.
Silver.
But anyway, so being a capitalist, I own gold mines, and I own silver mines.
Okay.
So when the dollar crashes, I get richer.
Right. And that happens time and time again.
It's going to happen now.
When do you think it will happen?
It's happening right now. America is sliding into depression right now. How I said, it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. But it's Russia, China versus America right now. It's the biggest battle in history going on today. And the dollar is going to lose. So if you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I said, I don't work for money. I work for gold and silver. I do not save dollars.
Okay.
I use debt to buy real estate.
Right.
I pay no taxes legally.
Yeah.
And I save gold and silver. And since I was a little boy, I've been saving so much gold and silver. I now own the richest gold mine in America.
Which is?
It's called the Trickster, but it's on the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay.
It's OCD, gold sign.
Okay.
So I only work for real money, which is gold and silver.
What's the future of your country?
We're in serious trouble.
You think so?
Oh, God. I study money. This here, I wrote this in the 2020s. Who stole my pension? America's bankrupt. We're the biggest debtor nation in the world. The only nation more in debt than us is Japan. Stupid Japanese. The Japanese save this. Per capita, Japanese save the most money. And what happens, capitalists, like Trump and I don't know if you speak the same language, but it's called carry trade. So the Japanese save all the yen,
and they buy dollars, and guys like me borrow their money, and we invest all over the world. Japanese are savers. That's why Japan's in trouble. They're not investors. India's in trouble because you don't produce enough money, capital. A lot of people say, well, how come my kid's kicking my butt? I said, because they don't have brakes put on it. You know, kids just make mistakes. Parents still have what they were programmed to think. Don't make mistakes. Make sure everything, you know, I mean, they're slower. Kids are faster. And so they learn faster. So I learned, you know, when I was 10, my rich dad started teaching me about entrepreneurship and investing with the game of Monopoly. And, you know, I said, and my poor dad, the academic, what you doing? I said, I play Monopoly. And he said, well, that's a waste of time. I'm going to go back and study. And so I asked my friend's father, rich dad, why are you studying Monopoly? And so I asked rich dad, why are we studying Monopoly? He says, it's one of the greatest, most wealth found game board, idiot. What is 10 years old? This four greenhouses and 1031 after for exchange for what I tell. And I'm a kid, and my old man, PhD from Stanford, and all this stuff. He's broke. He's broke. He's broke. And rich dad goes from his little dinky little store, and now the property he owns is called the Hyatt Regency on Waikiki Beach. So he followed the 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. And again, the greatest educator of our times could have been Maria Montessori, who said, what the hand does, the mind remembers. So my rich dad, from my education, he says, you want a real education, kid? Oh, of course. So he owned, my father called, poor dad called them slums. My rich dad said, I'm a low-income housing provider. It's his definitions. He says, go knock on doors and collect rent. I'm like, what? You know, that's why everybody wants to invest in real estate, but they don't want to collect rent or fix the toilet. You know what I mean? So I'm a 10-year-old, 10 to 12, your rent is due. And I heard more bullshit than I've heard in my entire life. These are grown adults going, hey, kid, beat it up. You know, I don't have money with it's you sons of a bitches, you capitalists. I'm 10 years old. So we can't afford it. They got a big screen TV in the room, watching TV, but they can't pay the rent, and they have kids. What are they teaching their kids? Knocking on doors, asking grown-ups for overdue rent. Fried my brains. Said, I don't want to be like you. That was one of the biggest wake-up calls of my life, is that the reason between rich people and poor people is they don't know real money from fake money.
On our breathing. Back straight, eyes closed, legs crossed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power that you're using to control your breathing. Your connection to oneness, to what we all really are, to the truth. The ultimate truth. That you were born to win control over your mind. That when we all do that, find out the truth of who we all really are. Infinitely intelligent beings, powerful beyond measure. The power of all knowing right here, right now, this moment. You already made made of all knowing of the universe. You're made of that same stuff. And with that, you can always have and be your true, peaceful, happy, kind,